Jake Williams, Brady out, pushed him in the cleanup spot, and he swung it pretty well.
Yeah, he really had a great game for us, and we needed all of his hits and his RBIs. He's a guy that has been there for us all year, and with Brady out tonight, I just tried to keep my older guys up there as much as I could, and he had a great game for us.
Again, Tyler comes out of the bullpen and kind of shuts the door there, gets in a little trouble, but gets out of it. Is that pretty much going to be his role going forward? Could he be a starter in the future?
I don't think that we'll put him in the front of a game. He just seems to be much better coming out of the bullpen, and I think that he feels that way as well. Now, that being said, if we got to a situation and we think you should start today, I'm sure he'd be glad to go. But I think he's gotten sort of in a comfort zone there. Maybe that's his niche, to come out of the bullpen and match up with some lefties and get his changeup going to right-handers.
Some sloppy play tonight, some errors and throwing errors, maybe a byproduct of the weather, just one of those nights.
I was thinking about that as we were trying to play. We had a delay. Friday didn't play very well. We had a little delay Saturday, and we were a little bit slow getting into it. And we had the delay tonight, and they got a run in the first when Walker went after a ball he should probably have stayed at home on, and we go through it a little bit low to Neff. And I'm thinking, wow, we don't do very well when it starts to have a few raindrops here. But it is a little bit more difficult, I think, to play. We had a bunch of errors on both sides. I guess it was Friday night. Then tonight, both teams had a couple of errors. They had the bunt play down the line where Sully, I didn't know if there was a zone in there to make that throw, but he got it up a little bit, and that was one. And then Barry, I think, hit the guy in the helmet when he was throwing the first, and it got away there. It kind of glanced off his helmet. But the thing about tonight's game is, they scored, we answered 3 times. We had the big 5-run fifth, but they had innings where they put up runs, and we either matched them or we answered. I think they had a 3 spot where we only had 2, but that's big. And of course they had runners on base at the end of the game there, and we were able to get the ground out to end it. But we had some pretty good at bats. We didn't strike out all night. I'd like for it to have been a little more clean than it was, but it was a pretty good game for us, with the exception of being charged with the errors.
Walker and Morales didn't have a great series against Arkansas, seemed to break out a little tonight. I mean, were you a little concerned maybe after Arkansas when those 2 guys didn't really do so well?
Well, I think that you're always your guys, your veteran players. You like to have them all doing something offensively, but that's just really not the way baseball is. And Neff had the deal this weekend where I guess he had 6 hits or something, and Morales had a couple good swings tonight. A couple hard hit balls where he got hits, and Walker, I think, still seeing it pretty good. His numbers are okay. Got one to fall for him there in the end, but we had the bottom of the order the other day. Did a nice job for us. So if you get close to double-digit hits, it doesn't really matter who gets them most of the time. If you do that, you're going to score enough runs in most cases to win. So you'd like to have all those guys going at the same time, but it's just not the way baseball is.
Did you like what you saw out of Neff today on the mound and 69 pitches? What does that do for him for this weekend?
I would imagine, for this weekend, maybe possibly Friday or Saturday he'll have a little bit of life in his arm if we decide to use him in that way. But we'll be certainly we'll be patient with that if he doesn't feel great. But I would imagine he felt good tonight. He really did feel good, and he wasn't all that sharp. He did okay, but he felt good. That's what was important. You can just tell, at least I can, since I've been around him so much, regardless of the results or what the box score looks like, if he feels good. And he felt good. He was excited, and I was able to get him in the game when he left, get him back in that DH spot, and he almost squared up another ball there at his last at bat. But It was good to see.
Anything else for Trent?
How's Brady doing? And then update on him when he played this weekend.
You know, we're sort of day to day with him. I don't remember exactly what the proper terminology was for the stress, strain
foot.
trainer Andrew Kiddick. He'll get you.
Strained foot.
Strained foot. I never heard of strained foot, but anyway, he was wearing a boot and he didn't have a uniform on. I know that. So he was, you know, he looks like he's a day-to-day situation.
Expect him to make the trip though, probably.
He's gonna make the trip, and I may give him a shot if I have to. But you know, I don't know if he, you know, we've been through this so much that you have to laugh at it a little bit now. But you know, hopefully he'll be okay. If he's not, then we've been there before. He's just put somebody else in. We've still got a few guys, so I hope he's okay. But we certainly weren't gonna try to force him in there today. Give him another day to rest.